What's going on, everyone? It's DK with RPM Gaming. We're talking about retro PC and mobile gaming, and today we're taking a look at Retroid's current line of devices. So, let's get started. Okay, we've got the Retroid Pocket Classic with that Sega Saturn 6-button layout. We've got the Retroid Pocket Mini V2, the Retroid Pocket 5, and the Retroid Pocket Flip 2. All four systems have the same rubber membrane style D-pad and face buttons, while the face buttons on the Retroid Pocket Classic are a little different, the top row being smaller and the bottom row being larger with a concave top. All four systems have active cooling on them. All four systems have USB-C fast charging up to 27 watts, a 3.5mm headphone jack, and a micro SD card slot for extra storage. All four systems have a beautiful AMOLED display. They're running Bluetooth 5.1 along with Android 13 and can play all the way up to PS2 and GameCube. But the Retroid Pocket Classic won't have as good a performance on those higher end systems as the other three will. Speaking of the Retroid Pocket Classic, let's take a look at it first. This little handheld is running the G1 Gen 2 processor with an Adreno A12 GPU. It has 6 GB of RAM, 128 GB of internal storage, Wi-Fi 5.1, and a 5,000 mAh battery. The display on this is 3.9 inches with a resolution of 1240 by 1080, which translates to a 10 by 9 aspect ratio, which is pretty good for that 4x3 content. This is weighing in at 223 grams, which is actually lighter than the original DMG Game Boy, because that thing was kind of a brick. And speaking of the brick, here's the OG itself, and here's a little side-by-side comparison. And you can see that even at the thickest point of the Retroid Pocket Classic, it's nowhere near as thick as the OG Game Boy, but you still get that nostalgia feeling from it with that vertical form factor. And of the handhelds that we're talking about from Retroid today, unfortunately, this one with the vertical form factor is the only one that doesn't have that USB-C display out on it. Around on the back, we've got those inline triggers for the R1, R2, L1, L2 buttons. And you can see we've got a little ergonomic grip right here on the back side here, which actually makes this pretty comfortable to hold in the hands. So this is a great little handheld to get that nostalgic feeling just like that OG Game Boy. Retroid is also releasing a Sega Genesis version of the Classic 6. And for the 4-button layout, there's around 6 different color options to choose from. Now let's take a look at the RP Mini, the RP5, and the RP Flip 2. All three systems are running the Snapdragon 865 processor with an Adreno 650 GPU. The RP Mini has 6 GB of RAM, while the RP5 and RP Flip have 8 GB. All have 128 GB of storage. The RP Mini has the same 3.9-inch AMOLED display as the RP Classic, while the RP5 and the RP Flip 2 have a 5.5-inch AMOLED display. They all have video out capability. They're running Wi-Fi 6, have that fast charging up to 27 watts, and are all running Android 13. The RP Mini is coming in at 215 grams, while the RP5 is coming in at 280, and the RP Flip 2 is coming in at 306 grams. Now that we've went over all the specs, let's get into use on this. Now if you're just going to be playing anything up to the PS1, N64, maybe a little bit of Dreamcast, then you can get by with going with the RP Classic here. But if you like joysticks, you're going to want to stick with one of these other three systems here. The RP Mini is a nice and compact little system. It's a D-pad centric system, that meaning the D-pad up here at the top, which is more comfortable to reach. But if you're going for joysticks, your thumbs may get a little cramped moving them down like this right here. So you'd have to loosen up your grip on them a little bit. But this is still an awesome little handheld. And we can take a look at the ergonomics back here. It's got some nice thick grips on it here, which might add to the comfort level of this handheld. The triggers are also really nice, have a nice throw to them. And the shoulder buttons are pretty clicky. So overall, this is a fantastic little compact handheld. Moving on to the RP5, this is the RP Mini, just in a bigger form factor. And the ergonomics on it, like we talked about, they're not as thick, but they're still really nice. Same triggers, same shoulder buttons, everything else is the same on it, except for that screen size and the ergonomics. This also is a really nice handheld. And we talked about playing up to PS2 and GameCube. These three here, the RP Mini, the RP5, and the RP Flip, can also play up into the Wii range too. Moving on to the RP Flip 2. And this is probably the most comfortable handheld out of these four here. You've got the D-pad down here on the bottom, which is still really easy to reach, really comfortable to hold in the hands. And then the joysticks are up here at the top, which also make them really accessible as well. This is just a nice feeling handheld. It doesn't have any ergonomic grips on the back, but you can order cases and stuff off Etsy for that, and for all these for that matter too. The only thing I don't like about this handheld is these triggers right here. You can see when compared to the RP5 and the RP Mini, these just feel cheap. I don't know, not good. I really prefer these triggers here, unlike the RP5 and the RP Mini. They just have a really nice feel to them, especially when compared to these here on the RP Flip. That being said, the triggers are my only gripe about this handheld. It's really awesome. It's really good for PC streaming too, because of the setup with the joysticks at the top here and all that. And it's a clamshell form factor. You don't even have to have a case for it. You can just close it up, throw it in your pocket, and take off with it. This is a really nice deal here. It is one of my favorite handhelds. Let's take a look at a couple accessories from Retroid. We've got this grip here for the Retroid Pocket 5, which is going to take that comfort level up a little bit more. And it's really easy to put on. You just slide it in here, and then push it over the top. The little lip right there goes right over the top, and it's secure in there. And it's got these ergonomic grips here on the back that really come out a lot further than what's on the Retroid Pocket 5 to start with. Now if you're using the Retroid Pocket Dock, you'll have to take this case off because this won't connect to the dock with that case being on there like that. Speaking of that, let's take a look at the dock now. This is the official dock from Retroid. Up top we've got our USB-C connection. On one side we've got two USB 2.0 slots. And on the other side we've got two USB 3.0 slots. Around back we've got our power in, our HDMI port, and our Ethernet port. So let's set this up and see how well it works. Now we've got our dock all connected and set up. Let's see how easy it is to connect it. And we'll use the Retroid Pocket 5 for this first test here. Just line it up, slide it on, and then press it down. And we're connected. So you could effectively use this as a home console. We have our controller connected through the USB ports on the side of the dock, and it seems to be working pretty well. We've got that RP Mini hooked up to the dock now, and I actually think that looks a little slicker than with the RP5 there. So I think that Retroid dock is pretty awesome. Let's take a look at the Retroid Pocket Flip 2 in it now. And when you have the Retroid Pocket Flip hooked into the dock here, you can see we've got it going on that screen as well as that one. But if you don't like that, you can close this screen here, and you can still have it going on your big screen there. As we mentioned earlier, the Retroid Pocket Classic doesn't have that display out port on it. Now you can use the dock to charge it upside down if you like, but there won't be any display out of it. So you'll just have a upside down display if you've got it turned on there. You can also use this Retroid dock with your phone as well. You can see we've got it up there on the big screen, or the bigger screen I should say. But yeah, this dock is really pretty cool. I like it. Alright everyone, that's it for today's video on Retroid's latest line of devices. Let me know which one of these you guys like, which one you hate, which is your favorite, if any at all. I hope you guys found this helpful. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out our other videos, and we'll see you next time on RPM Gaming.